Hello everybody and welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is Mythical Sausage. How is everybody doing? And I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing because today we're going to be building a tree house for every single Minecraft tree type. So we're going to be building an oak, a birch, that's right, we're building a jungle, acacia, dark oak, and spruce. So this is just going to be for these tree types. Let me know if you guys want to see a follow-up video just for mushrooms. So we could do the brown mushroom, the red mushroom, the nether mushrooms, and maybe some custom mushrooms. That'll be kind of cool. Let me know if you guys want to see that in an upcoming video. But for right now, let's get this started. Let's build a tree house for every single wood type. Let's go. All right, let's get this started with the oak tree. Now for this one, we went with a thick base at the bottom so we can have a nice entrance there in the center. We're gonna put a ladder to get up to the main house. So for this one, I added some of the roots popping out at the bottom, and I used the regular oak wood, not the log, because that one you can see the little cutaways and it doesn't look as realistic in there. So from here, we just went with a little bit of a trim of some spruce. So some spruce stairs and some spruce slabs there at the bottom, just to give a nice little foundation to the house that we're making at the top. Now for this one, we gave it a little bit of a mix. The outside edge of that roof is with oak, and then the inside part is with spruce, just to give a little bit of a texture change. Looks very fantasy too. It looks pretty cool. And then we also did some nice overhangs there with the campfire blocks. Then after we built the house, we started working on the branches. For the branches, just spreading it out, adding some of the spruce fences that go really well with that oak wood. It looks really cool. And then from here, the way I like making my custom trees, I start doing the outside of the branches first, fluffing up those leaves, and then from there start working it in, making it fluffy, making it airy, so if you look down from the bottom you see some sky, and then it looks a little bit more filled up. Also, we're using our boy Germsy Boy's Better Leaf Texture Pack. It makes the leaves fluffy, and I can't build trees without it because it just looks so realistic and so good. It'll still look good without it, but with it, oh man, it just looks too good. Also, I added a tire there hanging from that side branch, which is super simple to make, just with some fences for the branch right there, the little added little twigs, and that is a black stone tire right there at the bottom. Then from here, this one hurt me a little bit, but I did it. I persevered. We made a tree with birch. That's right, unstripped birch. This was a little bit difficult, and not everyone's a fan, but I was able to pull it off, I think. It looks pretty cool. I was definitely inspired by the Game of Thrones tree. Let me know. The one in Winterfell. What's the name of that tree? Let me know. I got inspired by that one. The way it's really thick at the bottom, and then the leaves kind of flow over. Cool thing about this texture pack is that it makes the leaves for the birch look so good. So we got these fall-like colors, which makes it look even better. If it was just regular green, it would still look pretty good, but making it this color looks so nice. But I just also decided for this house, I'm not gonna put it on top, not gonna put it in the middle. I'm gonna put the house inside this big trunk at the bottom. Also popped out some windows there with some overhangs. I used oak for the fences and a little bit of upside down stair action over the windowsill with some slabs next to it, and that looks really cool. Also added this almost like if it belongs in a flower forest, so I added a lot of flowers to the bottom, put some leaves in the bottom there, also some tall grass, and it looks really cool. The sunflowers too makes it pop a lot, and I love almost like a little hobbit-like entrance there, and some hanging lights with some shroom lights too. Now for this one, this is the jungle tree. I wanted to go completely different from a normal, regular old jungle tree. This almost looks and reminds me of a bonsai like tree, a big old bonsai tree I did in my single player world, and I got inspired off that one. Now this, I'm hanging a house from this one. So instead of a house on the bottom, a house in the center, a house on the top, I'm hanging the house from this big branch that comes out from the side of that tree. And this was really cool. It's a simple 5x5 house there, but it looks really cool. Use some slabs there for the roof just to make it a little bit smaller, so it can fit there in that frame, and it looks so cool. Also some stairs to get up to the middle of the tree, and then from there you just take a ladder going up, you get out on the top of that branch, and then you fall in from the center, and then you have a scaffold to get up and down in the center of the house, which looks pretty cool. Now for the bushes here, just added it to the outside, popping out of that branch right there. I wanted to add a little bit more detail, so I have another branch kind of flowing and twisted over so we can hang some more bush from that tree. Also little things that I did was add vines, so I made sure some of these vines were capped off with some string so it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom. Also some hanging lights there to add a little bit more detail there, and it looks really cool. Also I love that I've never seen a tree like this before. I totally winged it, and it looks really cool, very fantasy inspired, and I really do love this one. I need to build this one more often. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this style, just random big old trees like this. Now for this one, this is the Acacia. So I got some inspiration almost off some Lion King trees that I was rewatching the other day. And there's these cool little trees that kind of like, well, they're not little, they're pretty big. They kind of branch out at the bottom, and the roots kind of like flow over and leave gaps underneath. And I also wanted to keep the Acacia feel of just having just that very subtle, just a couple bushes almost like coming out of the branches on the outside. So we have almost that traditional look to it. And for this one, I put the house right in the center of the tree. This one looks almost like a little bit of a hut, which is pretty cool. The outside trim was I used some spruce, some stripped spruce, and then on the top we used some stripped dark oak with some spruce, just slabs and trapdoors just to round off that domey look of the hut. Then on the inside we have the Acacia. Here I wanted to add a little bit more fluffiness to the leaves and a little bit more branches. So at the end, after the house was built, I did fluff out and make some more popping out from there on the side. And I love this tree. But for the details, I added on the bottom end, I wanted to put also some trapdoors and some slabs along the bottom, just to make sure those roots are just popping out. And I think that made it look a little bit cooler and a better transition to go from the root to the ground. But then also I wanted to have a nice feature to this tree. Most trees, if you see, they have little features there that make it stand out on top of just the tree. So here I started hanging some parrots there. So this is almost like a little bit of a parrot sanctuary. I'm definitely inspired. I might bring this into my single player world. So we have some scaffold on top of some trapdoors as the parrots is hanging out there with chains holding that up to the branches, which were made out of dark oak. And that looks so cool. Entrance in the bottom so you can get in. We got a section on the bottom for living and also on the top. And it looks so cool. I love this tree. Now, this is the dark oak tree. Now, whenever I see dark oak, I think fantasy, especially because it's in a roof forest. You see a bunch of big mushrooms around here. So I wanted to bring that fantasy style to this one. So normally with dark oak trees, you have almost like a thick bottom. It gets thinner and then it branches out bigger at the top. So I wanted to replicate that, but in a larger scale. So this is what I did, bringing in a little bit of spruce to give you that branch color there, which looks awesome. But for this one, I decided to put the house in the center. And this house pretty much there's no room in here. The living quarters are in the bottom, and there's a section at the top as well. So this house looks awesome, but it's totally not functional. It's very thin. It has too many layers to it, but it looks really, really cool though, which is the main thing in Minecraft. So the house is made out of mushroom blocks on the inside, spruce stripped on the outside. We have some spruce outer trim on the roof with some dark oak on the inside. Then I also added some barrels there, added some trapdoors, some slabs of spruce on the bottom. And then right here, I decided to go ahead and bring in some mushroom blocks. The red mushroom block looks so good on a dark oak tree, and I love the way this looks. I wish this was actually default in the dark oak trees, which looks really, really cool. It makes the dark stand out with the contrast of that red mushroom. But on top of that there, I started fluffing the leaves again, and it looks pretty cool. This looks like a legit dark oak tree, but a little bit different. But I love the way this one came out. I wanted to add some more mushrooms, so I added some of these little mushroom cap looking things there with the mushroom stem block and the mushroom block on top of that, and that makes it pop out even more, hanging out in the center. I love this tree. Now, last but not least, we're bringing in a big old spruce tree. Now, for this one, started really simple, like you normally would with spruces. You get a thick base, make it thinner at the top, and then start making almost like little canopy sections, almost like a cake. You got layers of branches going all the way up till you get to the top. Bigger at the bottom, smaller when you get to the tippy top of that. And then from here, just started adding all the bushes there with the spruce leaves. The spruce leaves on this texture pack look so good because it kind of flows downwards at the edges, which is really, really awesome. Gives you almost like a very realistic look to it. So for this one, just started going around those branches, adding those leaves until it gets fluffy enough that you can make little canopies in each section. Now for this one, I wanted to make it a little bit different. This is almost like Christmas tree like. So at the end, I started adding some lanterns. But before that, I wanted to make the living area in the actual canopies, in the layers. So layer number 2 and 3 is where the most of the living area is. When you get to the levels higher, it gets kind of thin, so you really can't get up there. Maybe you can get up there with a little bit of a ladder, but it's difficult because you have the branches out there. So here I started adding all your typical survival stuff inside the tree. So your sleeping area, your kitchen, your smelter, your crafting, brewing, it's all in there. And then we got little Christmas tree lights here with both kinds of lanterns. And there it is. What do you guys think of our custom tree houses? I had so much fun building these. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comment section. But really quick, let's take a closer look. Let me show you the interior of each one of these trees. We got some cool stuff in there. And let's start with the oak tree. And this one is so cool. So we got this little tire swing here in the front with some black stone, some chains hanging down from there. And that looks so cool. I love this tree. This tree, I can see this in my single player world for sure. But coming up the ladder over here, we got very simple living quarters on all of these. They're all starter worthy as far as the living areas. Not the tree, but the living area. So over here we got a nice little storage area on both sides. This one's a little lower, this one's a little taller. We got some details there on the bottom, and then a simple kitchen, furnace, brewing stand, crafting bench, cauldron, cake, you know, your typical things. Nice hanging light there on the tippy top. And yes, that lantern is swaying. The shaders do that. And here we go with everyone's favorite, the birch tree. Now, this one was actually pretty cool to make. I love the hanging lights here with the chains and the shroom lights. Up there, we got some fence posts of our oak holding that up. Little hobbit-like entrance, which is really, really cool. I like that feature. And then on the side here, we got these nice little overhang bits for the windows. On the inside, very simple. Again, just a bunch of storage here on the side. Hanging lights there with some chains, which is really nice. Over here, a little writing desk corner bit. And then our bed and our kitchen corner, birch flooring. And yeah, this one is actually not too bad. Look at that clock. Now this one right here, I think is the MVP. This is my personal favorite. I don't know about you guys, but this is hanging house right here, hanging from this big branch right there from the jungle tree. The house itself is really, really cool as well. We got nice details there with the jungle wood. We got some granite, which looks really, really nice there with the jungle. We got flower boxes surrounding this whole place all the way around. Overhangs there over the windows, and I really love the way this looks. We got a nice little stairwell here to get to the tippy top. And then as you come up here, there's a nice little entrance though. We got a ladder that gets up the main branch, and then here you can do some parkour until you get over here to this trapdoor, jump on down, and you got this living area. To get out of here, I do believe I left some scaffold here somewhere. Where's my scaffold? Where's the scaffold? I thought I left scaffold here. There it is. So we got some scaffold, and this is how you get up here and down. We just throw your scaffold up, and boom, you're safe. Get out of here like that, which is really cool. Quick escape there if you need to get out of here. But I do love this house right here. Look at that. Your simple stuff at the bottom, just like the other ones do. But it's really nice. What do you guys think though of this one? Oh, it's so cool. A little hanging light there in the back too. I did that last minute, which is looking really nice. Oh, so awesome. And here we go with the Acacia. Now this one came out really nice as well. We got some parrots hanging there from these chains over here. We got some branches going down, and that looks really cool. Down here, the details are all around these trunk bases right there. So the roots are popping out on the bottom. You can actually go underneath it as well, which is really nice too. We got trapdoors, barrels. We got signs there for added detail. The fence posts there with some lights as well. So this one we get up really simple, right up the middle again, and this takes us all the way to the top. And then up here, it's almost like a little hut-like atmosphere, also with a balcony that goes out to the front, and just the typical stuff you see on your normal starter houses like the other ones had. This one does have a little fireplace, a little chimney action there on the side, brewing stands here on the top, storage here, your crafting bench, your cauldron, your furnaces, and everything you normally would need. But this one, oh man, this is cool. I can definitely see a bunch of these too. Imagine a bunch of these trees. Imagine if this was default, seeing big trees like this, and then you could just plop huts on top of it, which is cool. And here we go with our fantasy style dark oak tree. This one might be close to my favorite. This is probably number 2 next to the jungle one we did over there. But here, hanging some mushrooms there on each side, just makes the fantasy of this one pop even more. Have a bunch of mushrooms on the bottom, sea pickles there, some red from these lovely old flowers right there, some nether stuff down here too as well, with the fungus and the crimson and the warped right there, which is cool. Hanging lights there on the top. Something that's really cool as well is up here, I kind of have like a cut away from that, like this might have been a bigger tree, and it kind of cut there on the bottom, which is really, really cool. Then as you come on in, living areas on the bottom as well and the top. So this one have armor stand, netherite, that's right, definitely starter worthy. The way we get up here would be with the twisted vine, which is really cool. So instead of having a ladder or a scaffold, we got the vine there. Over here we have a little seating area, and we have our kitchen corner here. We got some storage, and then the vine takes us up to the top. And the main house that you see on the outside, you really can't do anything from there because there's no space, but this takes you up to the tippy top. And then up here is where you have your bedroom. You have a nice enchanting station right there, which can get you what, like 5 levels is fine. And then some extra storage here on the top, paintings and everything, which looks really, really cool. Okay, I lied. I think this might be my favorite. Okay, it's between this and the jungle. And then last but not least, we got our big old spruce Christmas tree over here, which is really nice. I love these hanging lights over here. I put some chains on some of these. Some of them are just hanging from the branches itself. So we got the soulfire lanterns over there, and we got the regular lanterns here. Really simple entrance to get in that takes us all the way to the top. And then once we get to the top, I have this all scattered up here, which is really cool. Using this area here as your living area instead of making a house inside is pretty cool. It almost reminds me of an Ewok style village. You kind of have these things just on top of these canopies. So over here is our little storage area, little seating area on the side. This is our kitchen. Over here we got sea pickles, we got smithing tables over here, some barrels, some hanging lights as well on the inside. And then from here we go up to the next level, and this part is pretty much just extra storage. Our sleeping area right here is our bedroom. We have some composters with bushes. We have a brewing station over here, our little loom corner, and you can technically keep this going if you want. You can kind of break here on the side and have a ladder that keeps going to the top, but as you go higher, it gets smaller and smaller, so the canopies will be a lot smaller, but you can keep it going all the way to the top as well. But what do you guys think? This is a cool little Christmas tree right there. Sure, put an angel on the top. But that is it. That is all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was so much fun to make. Let me know if you guys want to see more tree houses. Let me know again, just like I asked you at the beginning, if you want to see mushroom houses with all the different mushrooms in the game. Let me know again which one was your favorite as well out of all these tree houses that you see going down this row. But I'm out of here for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next Minecraft video. Goodbye.